everyone, it's Ashley Galvin and welcome to today's class, Morning Energy Flow. This is a really nice repetitive class that's going to wake up your body and get you ready for the day. You don't need any props, so when you're ready, come on down to your mat and we're going to get started in Sukhasana. So easy seated pose, cross-legged seat. I want you to just take a moment and be in your body, right? Let's close your eyes. You can take your palms facing down on your knees or maybe one hand to your heart, one hand to your low belly, whatever's going to help you center in. Before we work into the breath or any poses, just find a moment here in stillness. Do a little check. What's going on? What's coming up for you? And I invite you to set an intention for not only class, but maybe for the rest of your day. It can be anything at all. It can be self-love. Maybe it can just be self-acceptance. Instead of moving into I should do this or I have a to-do list, maybe you can be a little more receptive and listen in to what do you need versus what should you do. Take a nice deep breath in. Blink your eyes open. Inhale, draw your shoulders all the way up to your ears, like you're scrunching them up. Hold your breath at the top. And then exhale, roll your shoulder blades down your body and start to draw your rib cage down as well. So every inhale, I want you to think of sitting up nice and tall, nice long side body. And then every exhale, can you ground down into your mat? Maybe ground down into your practice, settle down into your practice. Let's take an inhale, reach both arms up, deep breath in, lift your gaze. And then with an exhale, take your right hand off to the right, easy side bend. You can come down onto your right forearm if that feels good. And then bend your elbow. Take your left hand behind your head, gazing up under your left arm. See if you can open your shoulder. Can you rotate your chest slightly to the sky? Really good. Inhale back to center. Gazing up, exhale, we'll switch it out. Left hand down to the left side of your mat. It'll be your right hand behind your shoulder. Gazing up under your arm. Same idea here. Hold for the inhale and see if we can open a little bit more. Elbow to the sky, chest to the sky. Nice inhale back to center. Then we're going to take a twist. Left hand to your right knee. Right hand will support you behind the back. Inhale to find length. Hold here for the exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, center, arms up. Let's switch it out. Exhale, right hand to your left knee. Again, inhale for a little length. Good. Exhale for a little depth. I want you to start to build your breath. Let's come back to center. Inhale, reach your arms up. So lengthening out your breath. With an exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Open your chest. Maybe 4 to 5 seconds for an inhale. A little longer and more controlled than our natural breath. If you can keep the clasp of your hands behind your back, let's slowly begin to lean forward, and maybe you can lift the palms of your hands, the heels of your hands up and off your body, and we'll just slowly dip one shoulder at a time, a little closer to the mat. Start opening up your chest, your shoulders. So I like to think of keeping my breath just as steady here as when we start, or here in child's, whatever pose we're starting in. Keep that same breath just as steady, even in the hardest peak pose of class. All right, let's come on to hands and knees. Keep your breath, and we'll start to match your breath to movement. So inhale, nice deep breath in, cat and cow, lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Exhale, round your body. Good. Hollow out the front body, tucking your tailbone. Inhale again, easy back bend. Open your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale, round, round, round. And as you're rounding, see if you can press the mat away. So I'm really lengthening my arms, rounding my upper back. One more time. Inhale to gaze up. Good. Exhale, find all of this roundness. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Make sure your hands are shoulder width apart. And then 1 foot at a time, we'll step back, plank pose. So taking a moment here just to build a little bit of heat this morning or this afternoon, whenever you're doing this class, nice and easy. So I want you to just do a scan from your toes all the way up. Just kind of notice, where do you naturally place the weight? Where do you naturally engage? What in this pose comes easy to you? And where are you finding challenge in the pose? Oftentimes where you may be finding challenge is where there is lack of awareness or maybe lack of attention. So try to really press your hands down, firm up your quads, draw your navel in and up. Let's take one more breath here. And then nice and slow, we'll ease our hips up and back, come into your first downward facing dog. So being the first down dog, move into your pose. Sway into your hips. We can shift the weight left and right. And give yourself a moment to kind of wake up your hips and your hamstrings. We'll go last 2 breaths. Good. Coming back to stillness. Nice deep breath in. Lift your heels. Come onto your toes. And with an exhale, again, shift forward, plank pose. So holding the pose static. Same idea. Every time I'm in a pose, whether it's plank pose or warrior one, I just want to start noticing. Right? Where am I grounding down? What needs a little strength? On and on. So hold it here. Breathe. Yeah, one more deep breath in. And then again, easy shift up and back, downward facing dog. This time, let's take an inhale, lift both heels. And with an exhale, shift and lower them over to the right. So we're kind of sending our hips to the right. Maybe you notice you need to press a little firmer out of your right hand. You can kind of sag and dip into your hips. Good. Inhale, come back on the toes. And exhale to lower your heels over to the left. Just finding a little deeper stretch all along the right side body. Good. Inhale back to center, up onto your toes. And then one more time, let's shift forward, plank pose. Breathe. Close your eyes and start to notice how that shifts the pose. How do you feel your pose differently? Nice deep breath in. And nice and slow, ease your hips up and back, down dog. Nice deep breath in. And nice and slow, we'll walk your toes all the way forward to meet your hands, hanging free at the top of your yoga mat, Uttanasana. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. You can find a slight bend in your knees, maybe holding opposite elbows. Lengthen the back of your neck. And again, let's find a little bit of movement. So I want you to shift your weight from your left heel to your right. Maybe softening into one knee and then the other. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. With your exhale, nice deep bend in your right knee. Sweep your left arm to the sky. Lift your gaze. You can start to exaggerate the motion. Open your chest, deep breath in. Exhale, come back down to center. Inhale, lengthen halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Bend your left knee. Plant your left hand and sweep your right arm to the sky. Inhale here. Really good. Exhale, fold back down. Heel toe your feet together. With an inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Urdhva Hastasana. Big reach up. Gaze up. See your palms touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, inhale. Sweep your arms up. And this time, exhale. Let's keep your arms lifting. Sink your hips down. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Good. So gaze down. Can you see your big toes? Let's sit up a little taller through the chest. We'll take your hands to your heart. Inhale, try to open across your collarbones. And then with an exhale, just from the core, we're going to twist left tricep over your right thigh. Notice your left hip wanting to creep forward. And gently bring it back in line. So our hips are staying square. Hold it here. Maybe your hips can come down a little lower. Nice. Stay deep in the hips. Inhale, only the upper body. Let's come back to center chair pose. And with an exhale, hands to your heart, we'll twist to the left. Right tricep, left thigh. It's natural to use your arms as leverage, but I want you to think of creating the twist from your core. Maybe you can try it out by lifting your elbow, hovering it there, but staying in your twist. Good. Inhale, come back to center. One more time, arms up. And this time, exhale, lengthen and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back. Lower your left knee down and straighten your right leg, half split. Inhale, rebend into your right knee. Sweep your arms up, Kapiyasana, lift your chest, lift your gaze. Good. Let's tuck your back toe, take an inhale, and with an exhale, chest to thigh, arms come back like wings as you lift your back left knee off the mat. Pausing here. Good. Square your hips. Let's keep driving your right hip back. Use your left toes to press your left hip forward. Inhale, sweep your arms up and ground your back foot on a 45, warrior one. Let's come down nice and deep into your front right knee. Can you reach your left arm forward? Good. So with your left arm reaching forward, I want you to think of driving your left hip forward, your left rib cage. Good. Shoulders, everything square to the mat. Inhale, lift your gaze. Stay here with the legs. Interlace your hands behind your back. And nice and slow, start to lengthen forward, humble warrior. If you can't interlace your hands, that's okay. We can just reach them back behind you. But notice your hips. If you're coming down too low, your hips will want to stick out to the back right corner of your mat. So keep squaring your right hip back, driving your left hip forward. Really good. One more deep breath in. Inhale, reverse triangle. We're going to come all the way up, straighten your right leg, and sweep your right arm up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat. Step back to plank. Inhale, shifts you forward slightly. Exhale, slow and control chaturanga. Inhale, create your back bend upward facing. Really nice. Exhale, downward facing. Come back to your breath. Good. Inhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, walk or maybe a little hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, we'll lengthen. Good. Exhale, we'll fold. Inhale, again, come all the way up to standing Urdhva Hastasana, reach. This time with an exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Left arm forward, right arm back. Try your best to keep your hips squaring to the top of the mat. Inhale, back to center. Good. Exhale, twisting to the left. Right arm forward, left arm back. Inhale, back to center. Good. Exhale, chair pose. Sink into your hips. Come down nice and deep. Find that little scoop in your arms so your biceps are spiraling towards your cheekbones. And we'll take your hands to your heart. We're going to twist to the left first this time. So right tricep, left thigh. Can you keep the angle upward so that I'm not pouring myself down? My head's not lowering down, but I'm always finding that little lift. Almost like a reminder, right? We're twisting with our core instead of cranking the arm. Stay deep in your hips. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, we'll twist. Left tricep, right thigh. Same idea. Can you find that little hover of your forearm off your thigh? And one more time. Come back to center. Inhale. Good. Exhale, lengthen and fold. Halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Good. It'll be your right foot that steps back. Lower your right knee to the mat. Half split. Left leg is forward. Inhale, Kapiyasana. Bend into your left knee. Sweep your arms up. So every time we're repeating a pose, how much more openness and expansion can I find? Good. Tuck your right toes. With an exhale, chest to thigh, arms come back like wings. I want you to think of really engaging your back right quad. So I'm lifting up and out of my hips. Inhale, come all the way up, warrior one. Ground your back heel. Sink down nice and deep into your front left leg, and this time let's reach your right arm forward. So that same idea of reaching not only the right arm, but the right hip and the entire right side body. Good, gaze up. Take our last breath in. With an exhale, I want you to think of lengthening forward. Forward from the side body. Interlace your hands behind your back. And if you're having trouble squaring your hips here in Humble Warrior, if your hips are really sticking out to the back left corner of your mat, widen your feet. So your feet are on 2 railroad tracks versus a tight rope. I want you to keep sending the energy up. So yes, we're lengthening forward and we're slightly lowering down. But if you notice, there's going to be a long line of energy from your back right heel all the way up and out your crown. So your shoulders are slightly above your hips. The crown of your head is slightly above your shoulders. Good. Last breath in. Reverse triangle. With an inhale, straighten your left leg. Sweep your left arm all the way up and back. And exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat. Try to keep the same strong exhale. Chaturanga will lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Again, inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step or hop. Let's come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Deep breath in, Urdhva Hastasana, reach. Exhale, take a little side bend this time. Right arm or hand will grab your left wrist. Inhale to center. Exhale, side bending to your left. Left hand will grab your right wrist. Inhale back to center. Good chair pose. Toes together, heels apart. Sink into your hips. Hands come to heart center. Let's take our twist from the core. How much can we twist before you use your elbow against your thigh? Nice. Lift your shoulders up higher. Maybe we can sink our hips lower. Inhale, center. Switch it out. Exhale, twisting to your left. Good. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, lengthen and fold. Halfway up with your breath. Step your left foot back. So move a little faster breath to movement. Half split. We'll take one nice deep breath in here. Exhale, rebend into your right knee. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck your left toes. Chest to thigh, arms come back like wings. Inhale, warrior one. Ground into your back left foot. Exhale, humble warrior. Keep the legs. Good. Inhale, reverse triangle. Sweep your right arm up and back. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat. Nice and strong. We'll lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Good. Exhale, downward facing. Let's take this floor one more time. On the left, bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good. With your breath, stand tall, sweep up, gaze up. Exhale, let's open your chest. Goalpost your arms. Maybe we can find a back bend. Inhale, your arms up. Exhale, one more time, chair pose. Sink down nice and deep. Hands to your heart. We're going to twist to your left first. Inhale through center. Exhale, twisting to the right. Good. Inhale through center. Exhale, lengthen and fold. Halfway up with your breath, step your right foot back, lower your right knee and straighten your left leg, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Nice, yogis. Inhale, rebend. Kapyasana, melt your hips forward and down. Open your chest, lift your gaze, and with your exhale, tuck your right toes, chest to thigh, arms come back like wings. So your hips are already set up, warrior one. Ground your back right foot, inhale. Good, exhale, we'll lengthen. Coming to the inside of our left leg. One more deep breath in, reverse triangle. Sweep your left arm all the way up and back. And exhale, solid breath. We'll take you all the way down through chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. Really good. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. Good. Next inhale, come high onto your toes, lift your heels. And from the base of your spine, I want you to think of rolling forward all the way through plank pose. Keep your toes tucked. Lower your hips towards your wrists. And then use your toes to really send your heart forward. Maybe we can start to squeeze our shoulder blades. And then bend your knees. Take it all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Really nice. 2 more of those. Inhale onto your toes. Like a wave, we'll glide forward through plank pose. Lower your hips. Use your toes to keep pressing your hips towards your wrists as you open your chest. Lift your gaze. Good. Bend your knees. Send your hips all the way up and back. Last time. Inhale onto your toes. Exhale. We're going to glide forward through plank. Pause here. We're going to lower to a modified up dog. Pausing here, use your toes. It'll be just the right leg. With an exhale, knee to your nose. Staying in your plank pose. Try to keep your shoulders above your wrists. Good. Step back. Lower, modified up dog. Staying on the toes, hips forward, chest open. 2 more like that. Right knee only. Exhale. Knee to your nose and plank. Good. Step back and lower, modified up dog. Almost there. One more time. Knee to your nose and plank. and we'll take it to pigeon pose. So lower your right shin behind your wrists, soften your back left leg down the mat, and give yourself a moment to ease into your pose. Try your best to keep your hips squaring forward. If you need to move your right heel in, you can. And then we'll take it to your degree of flexibility, maybe coming down onto your forearms, maybe a little further. Soften where you can soften. Notice if you're tensing your shoulders. Maybe you can unclench your jaw. We naturally hold tension in the body, and most of us are completely unaware when we're doing that. We create these little habits. Maybe it's from nervousness, stress. The more aware we can be, the more we can start to release. Last 2 breaths. Really good. Start to ease your way back up to your hands. And tuck your back left toes. Well, ease yourself all the way up and back, downward facing dog. So any intuitive movement that you need, we'll find a little movement in your body. And then let's come back to our down dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Nice deep breath in, lift your heels. Again, let's create that little wave. So we're going to glide forward, rolling all the way through plank. Use your toes, lower your hips towards your wrists, and then send your heart through. Open your chest, thighs are off the ground. Quads are still active here. Bend your knees, send your hips up and back down dog. 2 more like that. Inhale onto the toes. Exhale to glide forward, plank pose. Inhale, melt your hips down, open your chest. Good. Bend your knees and send your hips up and back. Last time right away. Inhale onto the toes. Exhale, gliding forward. Inhale, open your chest. This time it'll be the left knee with an exhale, left knee to your nose. Use your right toes to keep pressing your hips forward. Inhale, step back, lower to a modified up dog. Again, exhale, left knee to your nose. Lift, lift, lift your quad to your chest. One more time, step back, modified up dog. Inhale. Last time, exhale. Left knee to your nose. Pause here, create a little more space, and then we'll find pigeon pose. Lower your right knee down and elongate your foot. Settle into your hips and then crawl it out. Settle into your body. Try to close your eyes. Lengthen out your breath. Let's take 5 breaths here. And take your time and slowly begin to ease your way back up. Taking your hands shoulder width apart, retuck your right toes, and we'll lift all the way up and back for your final downward facing dog. Good. Deep breath in. Last time, lift your heels. Exhale, glide forward into plank, and then nice and slow, lower your knees, cross your ankles. Let's have a seat just as we started. Sitting here, let's cross your right foot, sole of your right foot, to the outer edge of your left thigh. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Nice deep breath in, sweep your left arm up, and then with an exhale from the core, we'll twist. Left elbow will cross your right thigh, and then maybe your gaze can come back over your right shoulder. Last breath in. Nice, easy release with an exhale, and we'll switch it out. Good. Crossing your left foot over your right thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale your right arm up. Exhale, easy twist. Half Lord of the Fishes. Hold it here. Another inhale, nice and deep. Pausing for the exhale. And inhale, come back to center. Release your legs. Take a moment here, just as we started class. So one hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. You can soften your posture. Maybe slightly bow your chin to your chest. Taking a moment just to be. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat, for giving back, and mostly for listening in. What do you need today versus what you're telling yourself you should do? All the externals are telling you what you should do. Let's try to listen in a little more. Good. Hands come together in prayer. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, I'll see you on your mats. Namaste.